Hi, this is Steve Landau from Touch Graphics in New York City. I'm going to be talking today about our latest audio-tactile interactive book called Highlights from the Udvar Hazy Center, an audio-tactile museum guide. And this is actually a book that would be given to a visitor to the National Air and Space Museum facility in suburban Washington, D.C., where lots and lots of historic aircraft are on display. And for a visitor who has a visual impairment or other disabilities, it's very difficult for them to understand the presentations at the Air and Space Museum. So this book is especially intended to make their museum experience more satisfying and enjoyable and educational. The book is printed on vinyl paper, and it's in three-dimensional relief. So, for example, in this picture here of the Enola Gay, we can actually feel each feature of it because it's a three-dimensional representation that's been formed onto this vinyl sheet. And what's more, if we take a smart pen, which we call the Talking Tactile Pen, and we touch it to this picture, we're going to find out things about this picture.
Wings.
What's the wings?
The wings of the B-29 were over 141 feet long, with the aircraft fuselage only 99 feet. The wingspan was long and narrow for speed at altitude. The wings of the B-29 also had large Fowler-type flaps for good low-speed handling either on bomb runs or upon landing.
Interesting. So what we've seen is that the information that's delivered by the pen is broken up into chunks to make it easy for the user to just listen to them one at a time rather than just playing continuously, which is quite hard to absorb. And there's a sound effect which is used to indicate that more content is available and that the user needs to tap again in order to access that additional stuff. So we can try that on another picture. For example, this nice Boeing 367-80. And we can touch this picture and find out about it.
Boeing 367-80. Wings.
There are the wings again.
Engines. Fuselage.
Those are all different parts.
Tail. Nose.
Let's find out about the nose.
Nose. The front end of the fuselage is where the pilots control the flight surfaces, such as the rudder, ailerons, and elevator in order to control the three axes of flight: yaw, roll, and pitch respectively.
Okay. So, by the way, also in the book, there is some large print text and some Braille information available that gives you a general overview of the aircraft that's being described, so that the book is not completely unusable without the pen, but obviously the pen makes it a much richer experience. So that is our latest project. You can see here some of the other beautiful illustrations. These were made, by the way, by a collaborative team including Ann Cunningham and her husband Charlie, who are the artists who produced these beautiful representations of aircraft. And then they sent their sculptures to our office in Barcelona, Spain, where Bernat Franquesa, who runs that office, took their artwork and incorporated it onto a series of plates that could then be vacuum formed onto these printed sheets. So it's a multi-step process. The printing includes a very fine microdot pattern which is used by the pen as a tool for determining the location of any place that you touch. So that dot pattern becomes a very light gray color on the background of the pictures, but other than that it's invisible to the eye. However, the camera in the pen's tip can see those dots, and it can determine where you've touched and then can associate each location on a picture to the relevant audio description. So it's a very simple system to use and doesn't require a lot of skill or explanation, but it provides this kind of access to these materials, and that is what we set out to do. So we're very pleased with this project. It seems very promising for other things that we can do in the future with this technology. It's a very low-cost system because it's using an off-the-shelf commercial smart pen, costs about $90, that can be purchased at any Target store. So we're trying to show how assistive technologies and universal design can be achieved for very low cost. And so we believe that this project is a good model for future materials that use this system. And those can include not only museums and guidebooks for exhibit spaces, but also things like subway maps. And we've been working on the Bay Area Rapid Transit, or BART system, to see about how those can be made more usable by people with disabilities. In addition, we're also very interested in science diagrams for school. And so we're working on a whole binder full of great images that use this pen as a description program and allow students to examine these pictures in conjunction with audio information. So that is our latest project. Thank you very much for your time. If you would like to find out about having a book like this made for your museum or for any other purpose, please get in touch with us at touchgraphics.com.